How we going on, people? Luke here from LAGFX. We are back today with a new Sunday Sessions video. This is in fact the last Sunday Sessions I will be doing this year, just because, if you guys know, towards the end of every year I like to take a break, a holiday essentially, during the festive periods, just to spend time with family and prep for the following year. So the last 2 weeks of the year and the first 2 weeks of the following year I take as a holiday or time away from the markets. Now, on top of the fact that I spend time with family and friends, and obviously prep for the new year, so that's, backlogging videos and putting time into admin that needs to be done for the coming year. It's also wise to take a break from the markets anyway during this period, just because the volume that's in these markets starts to lessen, because a lot of people like myself, retail traders, they will take that time away. We have a lot of holidays all over the world during these festive periods. So central banks, businesses, corporations, they are also closed for business. So the volume that's introduced into these markets is a lot lower than it is usually. On top of that, we see that fundamentals massively outweigh the technicals towards the end of the year, because the lack of volume and because of how much fundamental news comes out towards the end of each year. And that's because you have your end of year numbers and you also have the end of the fourth quarter numbers. So we have a lot of fundamental news that comes out, figures that come out from the economies all over the world, which just cause the markets to be quite volatile and unpredictable at times. So I take this time to not only spend with family, but also a break from the markets. So this is going to be the last Sunday Sessions, as I say, of this year. So I hope you guys enjoy. If you do, as always, please leave it a thumbs up. Share it with your friends and family. And if you have any questions with regards to today's analysis, just leave them in the comments below and I'll get back to you as soon as possible. Now, there's 4 pairs that I'm going to go over in today's video, and the first pair we are going to touch base on is the Great British Pound to the US dollar. So let's jump straight into today's Sunday Sessions video. So as always, I'm going to try and keep this video quite quick and brief, 10 to 15 minutes max. First pair we're going to look at today is the Great British Pound to the US dollar. You can see here that price has traded us back down, and I do believe this is just part of the correction within the fractal nature of the higher time frame structure of this market. So obviously the higher time frame structure of this market is this huge move to the upside, huge move to the downside. What we are seeing now is a fractal pullback to set a higher low before it goes on to set a new higher high. So I'm expecting price to continue trading us higher like this, to go on to set a new higher high in the markets. That's my thoughts for this market anyway. We've had price trade into an order block, a huge order block on the higher time frames. Price has broken structure to the upside to suggest longer term bullishness. Price is now pulling back to set that higher low. What we should see is a higher high form. All we need now in order to get involved into this market is to see structure break to the upside again, but more fractally. So not on this time frames being the 4 hours, but maybe as low as the hour or 30 minutes. So we want to see a break in the last protected high, which would be this one here. So if we saw that price now traded up from this area of interest, breaking this protected high here, that would suggest that structure is now ready to trade higher, okay? Once price breaks structure to the upside, we simply want to see price pull back to set that higher low more fractally, and that's where we'd be looking to get involved in this market. So it's all about looking at the structure of the market, the order flow of the market, and staying in tune with the supply and demand balance. So as I say, a break of structure here would tell us that this corrective wave has come to an end and the new impulsive wave to the upside is ready to take place. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to move this alert to here. Once we see price break above that, that's when I'll be looking to get involved in this market. So that's my analysis for the Great British Pound to the US dollar. Heading over to the Euro USD, we're still here on the weekly time frames, and that's because we're still waiting for price to trade down and into this fair value gap. I do believe it is coming and it's en route. If we just mark out the fair value gap that was here, so candle 1 to candle 3, you can see that price has traded up and into this area now. I'd love to see price now trade down, clearing this area of inefficiency. Once price has, we can then expect that fractal break of structure to the upside and for price to go bullish. This giving us that opportunity to get involved in long positions. And I think these long positions are going to be here for a very long time. I think next year is going to be very bullish for the euro, especially against the US dollar. So it'll be interesting to see how this plays out. But I would love to see price trade down, clear this area before trading us higher up and into this market. Very quick and very brief analysis here on the Euro USD. Nothing more needed to be said really. Just a case of waiting for the right parameters to be met before we look to get involved in the market. Heading over to the US dollar Swiss franc. Price traded down and into this area in August. We saw price break structure to the upside, suggesting that enough demand was introduced from this area of demand. Price traded higher. I gave you guys this area here as an area to get involved in buy positions from. Price did, in fact, come down to trade into this on the 6th of December, giving us the opportunity to go long. This was a position that I actually sent out to the guys in the VIP chat. Take profit was achieved for 185 pips, giving us a 13% return. 13 RR, so every 1% risked was a 13% potential return. I now want to see price pull back to set a new higher low before going on to set another higher high. So I'd love to see price pull back, pick up a bit more demand, just as it did do here. Price pulled back, picked up more demand, traded higher. Price pulls back, pick up more demand, trades higher. It's a pattern that repeats itself in bullish structure, and that's what I want to see. So this will give us another opportunity to get involved in further buy positions for those who have taken profit already. I want to see price trade up and into this area of supply. From there, we then may see price trade lower, longer term. Just with all of those involved in this market that are buying in from these areas here, they will be looking to close their positions in and around this area of supply. Supply will be introduced, and that will encourage price to trade lower. Again, very quick and brief analysis here on the US dollar Swiss franc, but that is all that's needed. We are looking to go long in this market to trade price up and into this area of supply. Simply wait for price to pull back into this hidden order block that can be seen here on the daily time frames. Want to see price pull in, break structure to the upside fractally, we can look to get introduced. That's my analysis there for the US dollar Swiss franc. Heading over and finishing off on the US dollar Japanese yen, we can see price has traded into this area here. I want to see enough supply being introduced to actually trade price lower. The reason for this is because we have recently had a extreme higher time frame break of structure to the downside. If we go to the weekly, in fact, it's going to be the daily. You can see here that this was the last daily protected low within the bullish structure. This low went on to create the highest high. We have seen price break beneath that. So what I'm expecting now is for price to continue putting in this bearish structure, trading us lower in the market. I want to see price trade us down like so. By price pulling back up and into this area, enough supply should be introduced to encourage price to trade lower. We will get that confirmation once price trades in to the 50% mark and gives us relevant breaks to the downside. So I'd love to see the likes of this low here break, informing us that supply has been introduced and it's actually outweighing the demand in the market. A break in this low would give us that confirmation. Once we have a break in the last protected low, whether it's this one or a new one that's formed, that's when we can look to go short in this market. But until then, we need to sit on our hands and wait patiently for those parameters to be met before we take part. It's very important that we wait for entry confirmation. We don't jump into these markets preemptively, as the markets can be very unpredictable regardless of the confluence and analysis you have performed and got. So waiting for as much confirmation eliminates as much risk as possible and increases the chances of a successful trade. But that is going to be my analysis for the US dollar Japanese yen, and that is actually going to summarize this segment of our Sunday sessions video. Very quick and brief, guys. I know, especially with it being the last one of the year. Don't know if you can hear my voice, but I'm not feeling too well. So I just wanted to get some value out to you guys, giving you guys some opportunities to get involved in these markets this coming week. And just to warn you, but also encourage you guys to take a break. I know the markets can be quite addictive, and there is always an incentive there to trade the markets, but sometimes it's nice to take a step back, evaluate previous trades, backtest, and spend time with your loved ones and enjoy the fruits of your labor. That's exactly what I'll be doing this Christmas period. Now, I hope you guys have enjoyed this video. As I said at the start, if you have done, don't forget to leave it a thumbs up. And I just want to say a massive thank you for the support that you guys have provided me with this year. I'm extremely grateful, and I am so excited for the year to come. We have so many things coming, from prop firm challenges, passing services with the prop firm, PAM accounts, the copy trader, so many things to come, and things that I can't disclose in this video, but none of those things would have been achievable or available to you guys hadn't I had the support that you guys have provided this year. So I just want to say a massive thank you again for that. Now, with all that being said, people, I'm wishing you all a happy Christmas. I will be providing a Learn to Trade next week, just to kind of tick you guys over the Christmas period, but then we will be back to normal as of January. Now, again, I just want to say a massive thank you for watching, and I'll catch you all in the next Sunday Sessions video.